Ladies and gentlemen, gather round. Picture this. You're cruising around in a car that's like it came straight from a mad scientist's lab, where they mixed old-school engineering with, well, a bit of imagination. Enter the Triver, the Spanish car that proved that sometimes less really is less. A car that came close to revolutionizing small vehicles only to be a little too ahead of its time. A car that says, yeah, I'm quirky, but you're gonna love it. And trust me, once you hear the details, you'll be just as fascinated by its design as I was. Now, before we dive into the fascinating world of Triver, take a second to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story about weirdly wonderful cars. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next bizarre ride we take. All right, back to our beloved Triver. Let's set the stage. It all began in 1953 in the vibrant city of Bilbao, Spain, when a company named Construcciones Acorazadas S.A. You probably haven't heard of them unless you're really into obscure Spanish automotive history. Don't worry, I had to Google it too. Decided they were going to create something bold. They had already dabbled in safes and metal furnishings before deciding to try their hand at small cars. And so, the Triver was born, with the kind of ambition that would make even the boldest car manufacturers raise an eyebrow. Here's the kicker. When the Triver prototype rolled out in 1954, it was, well, kind of a tricycle. Yes, you heard me right, a tricycle. It had one wheel at the back and two at the front, powered by an air-cooled two-stroke, two-cylinder engine with a very modest 339 cubic centimeters of displacement. That's about the size of a lawnmower engine, folks. But don't be fooled. It still packed a punch with 14 horsepower, allowing it to reach a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, about 37 miles per hour. Not exactly highway material, but hey, for a little car designed for city streets, it did the job. Unfortunately, the early prototype didn't quite meet expectations, and only one was ever made. So while it was a neat idea, it wasn't exactly setting the world on fire. But they weren't giving up that easily. Fast forward a few years, and they reworked the design. The Triver got its four-wheel makeover in 1955, which looked more like a mini version of a regular car, albeit with some peculiar proportions. The rear track was only 54 centimeters wide. Basically a road-going scooter with a cabin. It still ran on that same 500 cubic centimeter two-stroke engine, but now it could hit a speed of 78 kilometers per hour, 48 miles per hour, which, let's face it, still wouldn't win any races, but was enough to make city driving feel like a breeze. With only 75 units made between 1955 and 1960, the Triver became a rare sight. The real gem of the Triver's history, though, came in 1959 when they started working on a new prototype called the Servato. It was bigger, better, and ready to take on 4 passengers. It even had a bit of luxury with features like heating, adjustable front seats, and a radio. But like a classic underdog story, the Servato never made it to full production. By 1962, all Triver production ceased due to financial issues and a changing economic climate. Today, the Triver is a forgotten relic with only one surviving model. But let's not forget, this quirky car, though short-lived, made a mark on the world. It was an oddity, a small car ahead of its time, kind of like the cool kid in class who never got the recognition they deserved.